Hello and welcome. So, I hope you're having a really good day. The sun is shining, the sky is blue, nature's coming out at its best right now. And if you're able to, why not take a walk in the woods and, just see the green that new leaves bring, or the purple and blues of the bluebells and primroses. Anyway, I digress. Today's about boredom and the impact that boredom can have on us. Now, I'm sure by now you're fed up with hearing people telling you they're fed up. And not only are you fed up with that, you're fed up because you're bored. What can you do now? Now, I was watching a video the other day and it was talking about the benefits of boredom. Now, I personally wouldn't call what she was talking about boredom, but it's the benefits of having the stillness in your mind when you can no longer think those rambling thoughts, when your mind's not occupied anymore, just babbling on about, well, basically nonsense or worrying. You can actually reach a point where you're so overwhelmed that your mind cannot worry anymore. So, what's going on? Well, we know part of it is that if people are easily bored, then there is a need to be active so that whatever's going on in the mind is not heard. But honestly, this is one of the best times right now to hear what is going on in our minds. What are those terror thoughts that we have to run away from? Then we also need to look at this other aspect. Are we so addicted to being busy that because now we are physically constrained to a smaller space or a smaller congregation of people, where we can't go over the same conversation over and over again because they are fed up with us, that it's going to drive us nuts to actually hear our own thoughts, to become aware of how mundane we are in our thinking. And then there are others who are addicted to busyness because it brings about a certain amount of status, a certain amount of kudos. People who have titles, and so they can appear to be busy so that staff think of them, I'm scared of that person because they know so much, they do so much, when in fact they're doing very little. And there will be other people who are bored now because being on their own and still working from home, they're responsible for their own productivity. In the workplace, they could have been distracted by other people, work for 15 minutes, have a conversation with somebody, walk down the corridor, or do something different. Here at home, there is none of that. The corridor might be only 5 steps away, here to the kettle. And they can see the output that they're making. Now, I found that out myself actually last week when I was sitting down to think about what I would say in this video, and I noticed every 5 minutes I was getting up and walking away, and so I couldn't complete my thoughts. I couldn't get to the end of what I wanted to think about because I kept distracting myself and consumed a lot of time, and that was a welcome distraction for me. So when I did deliberately sit down to start to think, then I noticed, oh, I'm bored. I don't want to think about this anymore. So the question we need to ask ourselves is, who are we? When everything becomes quiet, when there is no more circular thinking, who are we? And the reason I'm asking you to ask yourself this question is this: what you think, you become. And who you become your attitude will portray, your behavior will portray. Your attitude is the perspective that you hold about life and what you believe to be true about life. And your behavior just exemplifies that, it just exaggerates that because of the way you react or respond. So, what's the truth about what's going on? When we're just busy, are we just busy because we're unproductive? Or are we doing it for an audience? Or are we like the bee? When we say as busy as a bee, the bee is actually doing something really, really productive in that he's going out from flower to flower, trying to gather nectar to bring back to the hive to create honey. So what's going on with the boredom, and why is boredom or mental stillness a benefit for us? We need to give that a thought. I would ask you now to record in your journals, because remember we have some work still ongoing, to record in your journals what this issue is for you when your mind starts to become still, when it stops thinking in circles. Why are you feeling bored? Ask yourself that question. Why am I feeling bored? And start to record those thoughts and see where you're getting to. Because when we start to reflect on those thoughts, we're going to learn something about our character. Anyway, this is Jen Joseph from Envisage Executive Coaching, releasing your confidence. Bye for now.